Hello everyone, welcome to Katharine's Q&A, episode 3. Today we have 2 questions in. One it pertains to a definition and the other to writing. The first one came in because I have a recent release about kind of Viking mythos, and so the question is, what is a Shieldmaiden? Now, by definition, a Shieldmaiden is a female warrior in Scandinavian myth and lore. Did they really exist? That's been debated for many years. There have been discoveries of female skeletons buried with weaponry, which might suggest, yes, they did. In history, there have been some notable women fighters from Scandinavian lineage, and even in the sagas, which are kind of a blend of historical truth and the fantastical lore. There are others, including Frida's Eriksdottir, which, if you know your history, she is actually daughter to Eric the Red, and stepsister, you'd have to check me on that, which one on that, but stepsister, I think, to Leif Erikson. So if you know your history, again, the Americas. And in one of the sagas pertaining to the Vikings' time in the North America, Frida's story, she comes out during some of the skirmishes with the Skraelings, which were their term for the Native Americans, with weapons in hand and help scare them off. So she's a really cool figure, even if she may not be entirely historically accurate and a little bit flourished. I always liked Frida's. In their legends and other kind of mythology, there are a couple other notable characters who are termed Shieldmaiden, sometimes even qualified as Valkyries, and they are Brunhild, there is Thornbjorg, and even Hervor, whose name I utilized for my own Shieldmaiden in my books. If you read any of my works, you can kind of see a trend. I really love women who are physically strong as well as mentally smart and keen and everything. And so the Guardian Speaker, which is the Viking series that I just released, is kind of a little bit of a challenge for me because my main character is not the woman warrior, yet the woman warrior figure is still a key player in the stories throughout the series. But hopefully that kind of answers that one. Now let's see, my second question of the day, and submitted by Will, is where do you have your aha moments pertaining to story development? Okay, so thankfully when I've been writing all my works, everything kind of seems to flow and fall into place, and I've had very little experience with a true writer's block, knock on wood, but I've been fortunate in that. Now, I'm one of those people where when I'm in that writing mode, creating a new story, every time I have kind of my me time, quiet time, free spaces, be it driving the car, going on a long run, not that I'm a road runner, I really don't like running, even, taking a shower, in those kind of quiet moments, my mind always flips to the stories that I'm actively working on, and that helps me kind of, go and tweak conversations, return to scenes that I've been considering and kind of work on plotting them in those moments. And it's often in those times when I've resolved any issues at hand, which has been very fortunate for me. I think when you find a sticky point and you're struggling to create your story, it's good to take a moment, take a breath, step back, allow your mind a few days, even weeks, depending on how long, just to relax, unwind. Maybe you move ahead in your story, maybe you totally put the pen down and walk away, but just give yourself that permission and say, hey, it's okay, I'll come back, I've written myself into a problem, but instead of crying over it, instead of spending hours just staring at the computer screen, trying to figure out, do I have to rewrite sections, just back away for a little bit of time, and you'll be surprised how many times your mind will just, work on these problems without you being aware, and all of a sudden one day your answer will just pop into your brain and be like, here I am. And so for me, it's, I guess the keynote on sticky parts is try not to stress and just, allow yourself that moment to breathe. But thankfully, in my own personal experience, those aha moments of, oh, I just solved something, they come fairly regularly. And yeah. Anywho, hopefully that answers those questions. And if you have any questions for me, please submit them in the comments below. Or you can also message me on any of my social media, which is also listed in the information below this video. And then I guess I will see you next week. So, skål!